Hello everyone, this is Leon. I'm going to show you guys how to set up the Tesla engine in Space Station 13. So I'm starting out as the chief engineer. You can set up the Tesla engine as any type of engineer as long as you're, a normal engineer that isn't atmospherics. So let me get my gear on real quick. If you've never done this before, you have to take that helmet, attach it to the suit. Someone told me, okay, well, you can even attach the mag boots to the suit. Someone told me you could do that, but I haven't messed around with that. Okay. Make sure you have a mask. I'm going to grab the insulated gloves out of here just in case. Shouldn't need them. I'll also grab the Meson scanners. So the Meson scanners allow you to see everything and are extremely useful. Since we are the chief engineer, I'm going to open up secure storage. And let's get started. Let's grab an O2 tank. Probably going to need that. Put that on our back. Okay, there's a current bug in Paradise where, at least on my build of Paradise, where this console spawns and it's on. It's not actually on. So the first thing I'm going to tell you guys is whatever you do, do not run into any part of this particle generator. Because if you do, you'll turn it and rotate it, and it makes this just 1,000 times harder. Even parts that are like here, if I run into this, no, okay, if I run into this, yeah. So now I've got to push this back, and we've got to rotate it, and then it gets back into place. This can really mess you up if you're not careful. So right off the bat, you want to run into this room, grab yourself a wrench, click on every part of this, and you'll secure the external bolts, and this thing won't be able to move anymore when you run into it. You'll notice that when I secure that one, that monitor goes off. I'm pretty sure that's a bug. Not really sure. That monitor shouldn't be on when you spawn. Next thing, we need to wire everything. So use a cable coil on every part of this. Watch this. Make sure I'm clicking 3 times. That shows up 3 times. You misclick, it can be a bit of a nightmare to try to figure out what you did wrong. Next thing is the screwdriver. We got to close all of the maintenance ports, or access panels as they call it. So we go around closing all of the access panels, and when we're done, I need that, I don't know why I threw it. If we're done, we did everything like we're supposed to. If we click on this, run scan, all parts are in place. We did good. So now we're going to go set up so that we can have the Tesla engine actually work. So let's turn on the internals. I'm also going to turn on my helmet light so I can see better. That's normal. Anyway, quickest way to get through these airlocks, you'll notice this one's red, so force interior, then force exterior. It's a whole lot faster than waiting on that room to siphon. The only downside is there's air pressure, so it starts to push you out. I'm not pressing any buttons. So run over here. You'll see that we have a thing for a singularity generator, as you can see in the down here. We've also got one for an energy ball generator. We want to keep this energy ball generator. Some people unbolt this one and move it over here. You don't have to do that. You can leave it where it's at. It'll still spawn. Everything will be fine. It may take a little bit longer to spawn, but I'm not sure on that. Anyway, use the wrench on the singularity one. Click it. Remember how I said we had that air pressure coming out of here? Turn on your mag boots, so that way it doesn't push you away when you're trying to come through here. Saves you a lot of time. Just gonna come and do a little dance. Force exterior, force interior. Now, I'm chief engineer, so I'm able to open this area, and generally you want to try to put this in here, because some people can be rude and decide to jack that, put it in front of this, make the singularity spawn, cause all kinds of havoc. Try to keep that in secure storage. And now we need to back out here. So now that we're back out here, we need to get this force field on. This is what's going to contain the energy ball. So I start at the top left here. turn this on. As soon as I turn that on, head over here, hit this emitter. And if you're on a normal server, what you want to do is take your ID, use it on the emitter. It'll lock the controls so people can't run over here and shut it off. That's important, because people love to do that. So we're going to run over here, turn on all these field generators, and go in kind of a circle. Turn this one on, lock it. And the more you do this, the faster you get at it. Other servers, you'll have to bolt these Tesla coils down. They don't spawn bolted, but in Paradise, right now, they spawn bolted, so you don't have to worry about that. I think these grounding rods are also unbolted in Paradise, or in other codes, not Paradise. You don't have to use your ID on these field generators. All you have to use it on the emitters. And once we turn on that emitter, just kind of make sure this field comes online. And it did. So now we have full containment around the field. Let's go back inside. Now we want to go ahead and turn on the particle accelerator, toggle power, max it out. Now there's a reason why we prefer the Tesla engine. So Singularity engine, you had to keep an eye on this particle accelerator and make sure that nobody let the Singularity get too big, or otherwise it would eat these field generators and you'd have a containment breach. With the Tesla generator, you don't have to worry about that. You can max these out, leave them maxed out. The Tesla ball will get a little bigger and bigger and bigger, but it will never breach containment. So we'll wait here for a little while. Also with the Tesla ball, you don't have to worry about radiation. You don't have to set up any of these radiation collector arrays. You just have to wait for this ball to spawn. The ball strikes these Tesla coils, and whenever it strikes them, it sends energy through, and that's how it gets power. And you can see we have a Tesla ball formed, so we have just a little bit more maintenance to do, and we'll be set up. So come over here to these power storage units, turn charge mode to auto, and then max. And then you need to set this, as long as you set it to something above 100,000, you're fine. I like to use 190,000. You'll notice that my output is slightly lower than my input. This makes sure that the storage unit will actually charge itself. So if for some god-awful reason that manages to let itself go, we'll have a little bit of backup power, at least for a short while. So we're going to set up all of these. Now, I didn't show you before, but let's show you real quick here. If we go to power monitor and we look at the grid, you can see how all these are now yellow. Before they were red. I didn't show you that. But as long as, well, I guess this is more of an orange. As long as these are orange and there's a C by it, that means that they're charging. They're not maxed out, that's why they're not green, but they are charging. And that's what you're wanting, is you want these things to be able to charge. So come over here and do the same thing to this one. Auto set 190000 and max that out. Don't forget to max that out. And there you go. So that's how you set up the Tesla engine in Space Station 13. Make sure that once you're done, you close these blast doors. That helps keep people away from here. You generally want to, also if you're chief engineer, once you're done with this area, you want to make sure you shut it because there's a plasma canister in here. People can do very nefarious, evil things with that. So make sure you come over here and you shut that. Polly's going to be a little bitch. Tried to go steal some of my tape rolls, I think. Hate this bird. Like all the other animals, I don't mind them. This bird is awful. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Like I said before, you kind of want to try to keep an eye on this area. Most servers have a rule that you're not supposed to mess with the Tesla or the Singularity. People like to mess with it anyway. You'll have people that'll come down here. If they cut these wires, it'll turn off the containment field. you'll have the Tesla be loose. That's not fun. On the flip side, if you're the chief engineer, and I'm not 100% sure, so don't hold me to it, but if you're also a regular engineer and you have an engineering hard suit, you can actually come outside here and you won't get struck by lightning and you won't die to the Tesla. I'm pretty sure, but we're about to find out. Yeah, see how these are hitting me and it's not hurting me? Now those balls might hurt. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure on the balls. Let's let one hit me. Saying teleports all over the place. So as long as you have a hard suit on and you have insulated gloves, I think if you take the gloves off, it hurts you. Let's try it. Okay, so as long as this advanced hard suit protects me from all of that. There is one thing on the Tesla that it will not protect you from, and that is that central ball. No matter what, if you run into that central ball, you will be instantly turned to ash, and there is no recovering your body from that. Luckily, it looks like the outer balls don't do any damage to you. Yeah, they're passing over me. So keep that in mind. If the Tesla does manage to get loose, there is a way that you can survive it. It's to have one of these hard suits. We'll go give the other ones a try real quick. Just for, just for making sure. So let me take off my advanced hard suit. Let's try out a regular one. Drop that, put boots on. Okay. Let's give a regular hard suit a try. We'll see if this protects you from the energy. Can't remember if it does or not. Oop, and turn on my internals. Okay, it looks like these protect you as well. So as long as you have a hard suit on, it looks like the Tesla balls can't hurt you as long as you don't touch the center one. So if you need to come out here and do maintenance, you're a-okay. One of the other things to make sure of when you're doing all this is don't let these emitters hit you, because if you do, I'll let this one hit me. It does a decent amount of damage, so I don't recommend it. This thing, if you stand in front of it, I believe gives you radiation damage. Yeah, my clothes feel warm. And you can see my toxin. It'll get bigger. You also don't want to touch this force field, because if you do, it electrocutes the piss out of you and throws you backwards. The scary thing is if you have the singularity up, the singularity will actually pull you towards it. So there's a situation that you can run into where the singularity is pulling you towards it, and then you're constantly hitting this field over and over. I've had that happen to me once or twice. Generally, once the Tesla's set up, you don't want to come back out here, though. As you can see, it sometimes ends badly. Now, I'm pretty bad off now, since I've been sitting in front of that. Let's see. Yeah, 40 toxin damage, 27 fire damage. It's increasing. Let's rejuvenate. Now, aside from the generalized we're outside and we don't want to die bit, let's see what happens if we don't have a hard suit on and we get struck by lightning. Yep. That tickled. And there's pretty much no recovering from that either. It's the bad bit. Oh god, I'm getting hit by emitter beams. Rejuvenate. Now I want to show you also the dangers of what happens when you get hit by the main ball. Let's rejuvenate one more time. So, not sure how I'm going to get in there. Can I? I'm going to do some special admin-y stuff, but I'm just going to delete this and walk through it. And if we touch the main ball, instantly turned into nothing. And there is no coming back from that. We're just turned into remains and we're dead. And the Tesla is now loose. And it's going to go cause all kinds of havoc. We can follow it if we like. Can we control the Tesla? I think we can. Possess. There we go. So you'll see as this goes through, it's electrocuting just the piss out of everything. And it'll also make certain things explode when it gets close to them. So that's another fun thing to deal with. It EMAGs, or not EMAGs, it EMPs every piece of electronics that it hits. This thing is not nice if it gets loose. You're in for a really bad day. It's not as bad as the Singularity, but it's pretty bad. Not gonna be fun trying to survive this. Anyway, that's the end of this video. You now know how to set up the Tesla engine. You know what to do if the Tesla gets loose, which is pretty much either get a hard suit or go into a locker. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of it. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Goodbye.